What is going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Thursday, August 12th, 2021. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Thanks so much for being here with me. I hope you're having a great week so far. Great start to your day. Got that moon in Libra, so we're all looking for a little balance and beauty into our lives as much as, being the judge for our personal life, that justice of the scales of Libra. So, finding justice in big decisions maybe we've had to make, feeling that fated push of action. Let's look at the chart, see what's up. But, there's definitely that balance aspect with this moon. And it's going to oppose Chiron midday. So I think there's like a vulnerable place today where we really are trying to find our drive, our assertiveness for these changes. Mars came off the square to the node, still in it, really, which is big this week. I keep going on about it. There's also Mars square Juno, and we had Juno South node. So, I mean, dealing with relationship stuff. I think there's a lot going on with people in general in life, trying to find some sense of balance and like common ground, maybe like being the peacemaker in our own life, letting people do what they're going to do, working through the extremes of today. Who knows what could come out, or who knows what kind of people in our life could want to express themselves and their own identity in their own sort of unique Chironian way, in their own light. And we got to find a balance between our own sense of where we're trying to go and, be that judge, be that jury in the midst of making these big decisions. We got Mercury now locked and loaded into Virgo. And like I said yesterday, look at that. Plus 11 beating the Sun and Saturn. So we got Mercury and the Sun. So the Sun and his little messenger, Mercury, leading dignities today. And that Sun's coming into the third decan at 20 degrees of Leo. I think that there's a lot of practical solutions to certain areas that we want to move towards, certain areas that we're trying to get down to the bottom of. What are we cleaning up? There's a little bit of cleanup here. I think the moon in Virgo wants this beauty and this balance in life, and Mars and Mercury are like, this is out of place, this is out of place, this is out of place. Okay, let me move this over here. Let me do this different. Let me change this up. So there's this need to change, I think, because we're finding our balance. We're, putting that justification into our identity without, I would say, like, just losing ourselves in what other people are doing. I think we all have to realize we're all trying to find our true identity. I think that changes at any given moment. So whatever the facts are in your life that are showing up, North Node in Gemini, whatever's showing you what makes sense in your environment. So I think a lot of stuff is close to home. I've been saying that for a long time now, but it is like it's the close stuff to us and our personal lives that are so important in a world where South Node Sag, and there's just so much going on all across the world right now, and we can get lost in that media. We can get lost in that narrative, and we're starting to see good space between Neptune and Venus is coming off the trine to Pluto. So yeah, I mean, definitely with relationships, I feel like they're coming up big right now. It could be friendships, just dealing with other people in our life, and well, do they fit into the new program? Do they fit into this new structure? So some people are finding it easy to see where that long-term structure of the program that they want to write is going. And I think some people are just kind of, blind to it for, maybe lack of a better word. Because it's not like a bad thing, I would say. There's no good or bad to those decisions right now. They're based more on consciousness, in my opinion. So whatever, some souls came here to be a little bit more conscious and aware, and other ones didn't. And I think that's part of the common ground here, is just seeing that like everything is working out the way it's supposed to. We can always wonder why people are doing the things they're doing and look at people as this weirdo, look at ourselves as a weirdo, or think that other people are judging us, or if we're feeling some sort of way about self or others. So we're trying to find this middle ground today, and I think that that's very important, because we could be feeling all sorts of way, but at the same time, we're taking this next step to really, mastering our creative integrity, to mastering our creative potential of these changes that we're making in our life. And the moon's making, really good aspects to the nodes in the morning, and it's going to make a trine to Saturn. So, and there's even a little like grand trine, right, that's going to play out between the moon, the nodes, and Saturn. So there's really this like intellectual, emotional authority to do the things that make sense in life and to aim for that. And yes, it could be easy to fall into what was comfortable in the past or the people or the stories that were part of that. But at the same time, have we seen enough in our life to know what's best and what's pure for the life that I think we're ultimately moving into? And these big decisions and these big choices, we're seeing Mars and quincunx to Saturn. There's definitely like responsible decision making that needs to be done here. I don't think you can beat around the bush for sort of the deeper meaning and the deeper experience of life that you want to have. It's like you either want to jump into that fully or not. And, it's all about that choice as an individual. And Mercury's got us super keen, like processing quick, figuring things out quick, really making sure that all areas are tidied up that need to be tidied up. Or if not, if things are too scattered out and too all over the place, and we're trying to find this happiness, but we can't find any cleanliness in our environment, then we could like start to get mentally stressed. Or, negative sides of Mercury in Virgo are just like self doubt, being overly critical of self. And especially with Mars in Virgo right now, and they're getting closer to their conjunction next week, we do not want to beat ourselves up or, cut ourselves to the bone mentally because maybe things aren't playing out exactly as we want right now. Like I've been saying, it's those little baby steps and dropping the gavel with the moon here in Libra to make big judgment calls on where the balance needs to be, where the scales need to be tilted in your favor. So I think we're dealing with people. I think we're dealing with the things that we want to value and what's bringing us the goodness and the beauty and what isn't. And are we willing to make a judgment call for the transformation we want to see for that beauty? And I would say that those are questions that could arise while we're also trying to express ourselves at the highest of levels here with the sun now in the third decan of Leo. So, and Mercury on Regulus, like people could be loud right now, right? And it's good to be loud. I think if you're being loud for the life that you want and the understanding of the reality you can have and how you can move things around to have that, then you should be loud about it. But at the same time, if you're just being loud, like complaining because you're not getting what you want right now, this is a time where you have to consider making that action in your life for yourself. And I really honestly believe that if you do that, you see a really big payout come. And especially with the moon in quincunx too. Uranus in Taurus, Venus's other sign, like that brings another a level of like making radical change for a physical transformation that you want to understand emotionally and that you want to take to another level. So there's like this level up that I think we're in right now. We're just in it. Like a lot's happened. It's a powerful time and you can make big leaps and bounds for what you desire. I think you have to be willing to go through the transformation. I mean, there's quincunxes everywhere. It's just kind of a weird, it's a weird energetic week, but I think it's weird in the best of ways if you have that practicality to understand certain parts of your own mission and your own purity that's going to bring the goodness in. So I think it's a great day, but we don't want to beat ourselves up. We don't want to overthink to the point that we're just feeling like, rah, there's no beauty, there's no balance. Like when we get there, we have to take a second to calm down and get into the deeper situation of why we're feeling certain ways, why we're feeling out of balance, if we are, why we're feeling wounded. Moon opposite Chiron, we can feel a little wounded when it comes to how people see us or how we see ourselves. So we don't want to be too critical unless we need to be to tip the scales into your favor. See what the card is for the day. I am sending you all my love and best, of course. It's Jupiter Day. Mercury's coming off that opposition to Jupiter. So I think there's just, between Venus in opposition to Neptune and Mercury opposite Jupiter, I mean, gosh, there's been so many big visions And I think now it's time to ground those in the understanding of the action that you know you can make and the understanding of the things that you know you can do for what's going to bring you what you want. Only you can make that call. As Smokey would say, only you can prevent forest fires. The Chariot reverse. I've been pulling non-stop Major Arcana cards. Crazy. This whole week has been Major Arcana cards. Like, it's that energy. I feel like it is that major, like, of a week, to be honest. So that's just a synchronicity in itself. I think every day this week I've just pulled non-stop. Like, Monday was what? The World reverse, and then the Fool I pulled after that. And then yesterday, or Tuesday, I don't remember what Tuesday was, but yesterday was the Death card. And now we got the Chariot reversed. And this is one of my favorite cards, but it's reversed because we got to follow that inner guidance and make sense of that inner guidance for what's going to take us to the place in life that we want to be. If we could already be there, we could already have like a foot and the other foot's almost in the door, but maybe it's just trusting that last little bit to push through something, to trust that whatever you've been guided to right now from Spirit is the ultimate in life, and to not doubt that. Why'd we get the Chariot reversed? Because I don't think we want to be scared of like where things can go at all. Like, we got to be like, bring that Leo season into it. Be like excited, happy for the experience and the risk of it, and not, doubt that we're being pulled in the wrong direction, but to trust 100%. Seven of Wands, upright. Whoop. Yeah, I mean, take a higher ground for what your heart desires right now. Like, if you have to beat people away to balance out the things in life that you want, like, I don't know, you don't have to really beat people with a stick, but like, hold your ground for your heart. Hold your ground for what is going to bring you the happiness that you're searching for right now. If you're not seeing it show up in the world, or if you're not seeing people show up, that's not your fault. That's not their fault, but it's also your choice here to make a decision for your heart that's going to keep taking you in the direction and not having you go backwards. I feel like we don't want to go backwards right now. Like, that's not where the beauty and the harmony is. So we got to like keep trucking along forward. I love the Chariot because it's the 7th card, right? So, we want to turn that around. Because God is trying to guide us, and the only thing that would stop us is our own fear of our own transformation that likely is everything you would have ever wanted, and the reason maybe you even came down here this time. I do tend to believe that for people, for especially the ones who I would say watch this channel and are very connected to the higher realms, the energy in life. Like, we came here for this moment to make big choices and big changes towards a wise spiritual path, and not towards a path that's just a black hole, an abyss that'll keep you empty. So we're at a fork, is a good way to put it, a fork in the road, and you want to hold the ground and make the smart decisions as the philosopher within yourself to keep climbing up the ladder and to not hesitate or start going back down. But you guys likely already know that. I love you all so much. Have a beautiful Thursday. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.